Have you ever noticed how a single careless promise, a lazy habit, or a sinful desire can quietly unravel an entire life? Proverbs Chapter 6 is a sweeping chapter of warnings and instructions, where Solomon, speaking as a wise father, addresses practical dangers that threaten to enslave, corrupt, and ultimately destroy those who ignore wisdom. He begins with the danger of financial entanglements. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, have given your pledge for a stranger, if you are snared in the words of your mouth, caught in the words of your mouth, then do this, my son, and save yourself. For you have come into the hand of your neighbor. Go, hasten, and plead urgently with your neighbor. Give your eyes no sleep, and your eyelids no slumber. Save yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the hand of the fowler. The warning is sharp. Do not bind yourself recklessly with financial guarantees or careless promises, for such entanglements can enslave you. If you find yourself trapped, do not delay. Humble yourself, act quickly, and free yourself before it consumes your life. Solomon then turns to another danger, laziness. Go to the ant, O sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Without having any chief, officer, or ruler, she prepares her bread in summer and gathers her food in harvest. How long will you lie there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? A little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. Here, the ant is held up as a model of diligence, foresight, and self-discipline. Unlike the lazy man who wastes his time, the ant works in season and prepares for the future. Laziness is not harmless. It invites poverty like a thief and want like an armed attacker. Next, Solomon addresses the wicked and worthless man. A worthless person, a wicked man, goes about with crooked speech, winks with his eyes, signals with his feet, points with his finger, with perverted heart devises evil, continually sowing discord. Therefore calamity will come upon him suddenly. In a moment he will be broken beyond healing. This is a chilling portrait of the deceiver. Subtle gestures, hidden motives, sowing strife and discord. Such a man lives in rebellion against God, and his end is sudden destruction. Then comes a powerful list, one of the most famous in all of Proverbs. There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are an abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among brothers. This list is a mirror for our souls. God hates pride, lies, violence, evil plotting, eagerness for sin, false testimony, and division. Each of these sins destroys relationships, communities, and ultimately the sinner himself. To walk in wisdom is to avoid not just outward evil, but the very attitudes and actions that God detests. The chapter then shifts again to a father's tender but urgent plea: My son, keep your father's commandment and forsake not your mother's teaching. Bind them on your heart always, tie them around your neck. When you walk, they will lead you. When you lie down, they will watch over you. And when you awake, they will talk with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the teaching a light, and the reproofs of discipline are the way of life. God's word and the wise instruction of godly parents is described as a lamp and a light. Just as a traveler needs light to avoid stumbling in the dark, so we need the lamp of wisdom to walk safely through life. Discipline is not a burden, but the way of life, a guardrail that protects from destruction. Solomon then turns once more to the deadly danger of sexual sin, echoing the warnings of chapter 5. To preserve you from the evil woman, from the smooth tongue of the adulteress, do not desire her beauty in your heart, and do not let her capture you with her eyelashes. For the price of a prostitute is only a loaf of bread, but a married woman hunts down a precious life. Can a man carry fire next to his chest and his clothes not be burned? Or can one walk on hot coals and his feet not be scorched? So is he who goes into his neighbor's wife. None who touches her will go unpunished. The images are unforgettable. Lust is fire, adultery is hot coals, and those who play with it are guaranteed to be burned. Sin makes promises of pleasure, but always exacts a higher price: ruin of body, soul, and reputation. Solomon contrasts this with the thief. People do not despise the thief if he steals to satisfy his appetite when he is hungry, but if he is caught, he will pay 7-fold. He will give all the goods of his house. Even a thief has some measure of pity, though he must repay his crime. But adultery, Solomon warns, is far worse. He who commits adultery lacks sense. He who does it destroys himself. He will get wounds and dishonor, and his disgrace will not be wiped away. For jealousy makes a man furious, and he will not spare when he takes revenge. He will accept no compensation, he will refuse, though you multiply gifts. Adultery is not only sin against God, but a crime against one's neighbor, a betrayal that provokes fury and vengeance, leaving wounds and shame that no gift can erase. Thus, Proverbs 6, with its sweeping lessons, is like a mosaic of wisdom. Warnings against reckless promises, against laziness, against deceit, against pride and strife, against despising discipline, and above all, against the fire of adultery. It reminds us that wisdom is not abstract theory, but the practical guard of life. It protects our finances, our work, our community, our integrity, our purity, and our future. To ignore these warnings is to invite ruin. To embrace them is to walk in light, security, and blessing. Proverbs 6 is a father's urgent call, but more than that, it is God's own warning to every generation. It asks us, will we tie wisdom around our necks and write it on our hearts? Or will we walk carelessly into traps, into laziness, into sin, into fire? The choice is laid bare, and the consequences are eternal.